Afternoon, guys. Hope you're having a good Friday afternoon. As you can see, Beverly has just passed her 30,000 mile milestone, and with it, as you'll see a screenshot on the overlay, you'll see that she has actually lost just over 6% of her health over that time frame, which is absolutely brilliant news. I'm really over the moon with that, and it all goes hand in hand with my predicted, which is not going to be factual, let's see how it goes further down the line, my predicted amount of degradation on the batteries at 100,000 miles of about 20 to 25%. It might actually be lower than that going by these figures, but that's the whole point of doing this vlog. We'll actually see as we go down the road together. Now, I'm really pleased obviously about that, and full credit to AESC, Nisan, who actually produce these cells. They seem to be, at the moment, appearing to be very durable. They've got little or no sign of degradation in terms of high mileages. I appreciate I haven't rapid charged the vehicle more than 30 times in last year, and if you look at my standard level 1 or level 2 charges, it's up in the stratosphere. That's because the vehicle registers even a connection. So even if you plug it in and leave it on timer, that's one. Then it will do another register when it actually starts taking charge at 2. And when it finishes, if you've got the vehicle on a timer like I have in the mornings to heat up the interior, it will reconnect again as 3. So you're basically getting 3 or 4 per day, and hence the reason I've got such a high number. So discard them figures. It's just unfortunately the way it is with a vehicle. I don't know why my quick charging is showing really high numbers, because like I've mentioned many times before, last month I rapid charged twice in the entire month. In December I think I rapid charged 3 times because I'd done a long journey. Maybe 4 times I think I charged in December. All of the rest of the year since I've had it, I think I rapid charged her once, maximum twice a month, which means I've rapid charged no more than 30 times in a year. Now, the point I wanted to make regarding her state of health is the fact that in America, I remember watching a video on YouTube a few weeks ago, someone out in America has lost about 11% of the state of health with about 12,000 miles, give or take. I can't remember the exact figure, but this just shows that there's obviously something there regarding rapid charging. Now, I don't know if that vehicle, I can't remember even where I actually watched it, because obviously, like you guys, I watched loads of videos, and I couldn't be bothered to go all the way back through the live. It meant I'd have to rewatch all the videos. I can't remember who actually posted it. It might have been an individual out in America. But anyway, the point I wanted to make is, with the level 1 and level 2 charging on a day-to-day basis, especially as a taxi or a private hire vehicle, these batteries are bang on the money, and they are right up there in my predicted figures in terms of degradation of the batteries at each 100,000 mile milestone. I'm hoping that this will actually remain linear from now on, right the way through to that point. I don't know how it'll be after that, but I'm hoping by 100,000 miles I've probably got around 20 to 22% of degradation on the battery cells, which is still going to make this vehicle usable at that high mileage for my day-to-day work, because I factored all this in. I appreciate in the winter months, as we've seen, 100% gives you 100 miles. I've got a little bit of a work around that. If the infrastructure hasn't changed by the time that happens in 3 years, hopefully the town where I work will actually have at least 1 rapid charge up. But if it hasn't, what I'm planning on doing is actually going home, and I'll have my break, because I have to go back to Bessie every day anyway. I'll have my break at home instead of eating out on the road. I'll literally stay at home for 45 minutes to an hour and incorporate that into my day-to-day basis of work, and then I'll just come back out and do an extra hour or so in the afternoons. As I say, I'll cross that bridge when I get there. Hopefully, like I say, we've got rapid chargers, maybe 2 or 3 in the town, and if it is very cold, I'll just go to the rapid charger halfway through the shift. All I need to sit there is for 10 minutes, because I've done it on the rapid chargers before now, even when it's been cold. You know, if I've gone down to say 40%, I sit there for 10 to 15 minutes and I go back to 70%. I'm not going to need 30% extra range on a day. It's silly. But the point I'm trying to make is it's just something that I'll have to bear in mind when I get to those high mileages, if she has actually lost a lot more state of health that I'm actually hoping she has. Anyway, guys, I think that's about it. I'll keep this short and sweet this time. because there's nothing else to report as anything goes wrong with the vehicle. Obviously I'll report it back to you guys. Just before I go, one thing I am planning on doing, I've got a lapel mic, but I'm going to get an extended lapel mic on a longer lead, because there's a little sound that happens in the mornings when I first start off, and I actually plan to put my lapel microphone right down. I believe it sounds like the reduction gear. There's basically like a little tiny, it's hard to make the sound, but it's like a little doop 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 sound, and then obviously as you go fast it goes doop 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 doop. I don't know what it is. It started doing that about 10,000 miles ago, and I'm noticing it more so when it's colder. I say it does clear once you go above, say, 20 mile an hour. So I actually, this is the reason why I'm thinking it could either be the reduction gear that's got maybe a potential early issue, or one of the drive shafts. Don't know. But say I'm hoping to get that lapel mic, get it down there and put it on different parts of the vehicle, and actually try and identify where I can actually get the sound, where it's coming from, and hopefully that will help the engineers identify what it actually could be. If you've got any idea, if you've got a high mileage first generation Leaf, like either the 24 to 30, you can chip in on the comments below and actually let me know. But say it only does it in the morning when it's cold. Once, like now, it's warm and you go at very slow speed, you can't hear nothing. So I don't know if it's just a heat thing where the like I say, it could be the reduction gear or the drive shafts where they're cold, and then as they get warmer they expand a little bit and then the noise goes, don't they? It could even be a bearing. We'll have to find out further down the line. Anyway guys, that's about it for this video. So I was going to do a walk around of the interior, but apart from little minor scuffs and that, there's nothing to report. It's holding up really, really well. It's a day-to-day basis as a private or a taxi vehicle, so nothing there. Anyway guys, I hope you have a good afternoon and a good weekend, and I will speak to you guys on the next one. Bye for now.